How is it going, everyone? Today's my WWE Worlds Collide 2020 review. Of course, this year's theme of Worlds Collide, NXT versus NXT UK. Of course, the show took place live on the WWE Network last night, a part of the Royal Rumble weekend. And overall, like I say, coming out of this year's Worlds Collide, I thought it was a great show. I thought everything had a nice, consistent flow to it. Almost every match was great. I thought it was at least on like good level. Not a blow-away show, but definitely was a very fun wrestling show overall to sit through. And you got, a ton of different matchups that you didn't really think you would see. I mean, we had one match that we've seen before, but pretty much everything else was fresh, different. We had a different style of matches as well. Just a good variety of wrestling. And I thought overall Worlds Collide 2020 was a great wrestling show. Of course, before the main show, we did have a pre-show 3 minutes prior to it, which featured one match: Mia Yim taking on the NXT UK champion Kaylee Ray. First off, I'm not a fan of the women's name being removed from the championships now, so it's no longer the NXT Women's Championship and the NXT UK Women's Championship. They're just the NXT Championship and the NXT UK Championship, which to me makes absolutely no sense. It makes things way more confusing if you ask me. It's not about gender specifics, it's just about, not confusing championships. So I don't know why they dropped the women's name out of it. I think it's ridiculous, but what can you say? The overall match itself was pretty good. For a pre-show match, not really too much happened. These two have faced each other in the past in different promotions, obviously. Kaylee Ray, of course, being the NXT UK champion and getting the win over Mia Yim. Good little solid match, not much to it. And then, of course, we're going to the main show, which opened up with Finn Bálor taking on Ilja Dragunov, which I thought was a very good opener. They were laying their shit in. Bálor being back to his Prince gimmick is exactly what he needs to do, the real shooter, and I thought him and Dragunov had a really good interactions. There were some moments where they weren't really clicking, I think more on Dragunov's end, where he wasn't, really in position, or, his timing wasn't the best with Bálor. But for the most part, it was a very fun match. Went to the outside, very hard hitting. Dragunov was able to shine against Bálor. Bálor gave him a moment where he was, pretty dominant. Dragunov hit a brainbuster onto Bálor when he countered Bálor's suplex. Dragunov ended up hitting his own coup de grace on Finn Bálor, which I thought was great. Went for a backdrop. Bálor got his knees up, ended up hitting a missile drop kick into the corner, followed by coup de grace. 1916, 1, 2, 3. Finn Bálor defeats Ilja Dragunov. Like I said, I thought it was a very fun opener, very hard hitting. They beat the shit out of each other, and it was great. It was a very good opening match, and Finn Bálor gets the win. From there, I'm going to go to interviews with the grizzled young veterans, as well as Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne, because they are the finalists of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic for this year. Of course, the finals taking place this Wednesday on NXT. Winners facing the NXT Tag Team Champions at NXT TakeOver Portland in 3 weeks. I thought it was a funny segment. Riddle with his whole, blunt and joint references have been really funny, to say the least. So I thought it was a good little segment there, which led into the Fatal 4 match for the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. Of course, NXT Cruiserweight Champion Angel Garza, who had a brand new championship, black strap, NXT logo instead of the WWE logo, and just little slight modifications, not much to it, but noticeable changes. Isaiah Swerve Scott, Jordan Devlin, and Travis Banks. Of course, this was a balls to the wall Fatal 4-way, just 100 miles per hour sprint. Everyone's getting their shit in. Jordan Devlin was very impressive when he got slingshot to the outside, but then he bounces his way back in and then caught Travis Banks into a DDT. Great spot where Jordan Devlin tries to give Travis Banks his suplex, but when he throws him up, Travis Banks counters it into a Canadian Destroyer, which I thought was a great spot as well. Angel Garza, of course, did his infamous pant spot, which got a huge pop. Him and Swerve look really good as well in this match. Just everyone really shined, and it definitely defined what a cruiserweight match should be. And yeah, it was a hell of a lot of fun. Everyone went to the outside at one point. Jordan Devlin hit a double Spanish fly, or attempted it, which didn't really come off as smoothly. I think that I think they envisioned it, but I saw this a cool spot nonetheless. Finish came. Angel Garza hit his finish on Isaiah Swerve Scott. Jordan Devlin comes in, sneaks the win, and becomes the brand new NXT Cruiserweight Champion. Definitely was not expecting Jordan Devlin to win the championship here, but it was a nice surprise. And obviously he'd be going, from NXT to NXT UK, defending on both brands, so it makes things more interesting, I guess. But yeah, I definitely was not expecting him to win it. But yeah, it was a great match nonetheless. Gets on the mic afterwards, declares himself the best, Irish ace, blah, 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 blah. Typical Jordan Devlin stuff he says in most of his promos. But yeah, that was an awesome Fatal 4-way. Really enjoyed that one. Very surprised with Jordan Devlin getting the victory at the end. And then, of course, we go to, which I thought was match of the night, the reuniting of DIY taking on Moustache Mountain. This match was beautiful. Absolutely loved every second of it. To the comedy of DIY, like, Gargano and Ciampa doing the simultaneous, giving yourself a pat in the back, to, throwing back some old stuff, you know, about them, you know, going back to, you know, Gargano hitting his slingshot DDT when, you know, Ciampa hits his draping DDT, doing a great callback to when they won the tag team titles, where Gargano had, I think it was Tyler Bate in the no escape, and then Ciampa had Trent Seven in the armbar. Just great callbacks to their previous stuff, and definitely had that old DIY feel to it, and it was great. Had that again. Moustache Mountain, one of the most underrated tag teams in the world, if you ask me. These guys have went out there and consistently had fantastic matches, and this was, you know, nothing short of that as well. Just loved every second of it. The last few minutes as well, just where everyone's hitting their shit in. You know, Tyler Bate hit a spiral tap, which doesn't hit very often. At least I don't see. You usually save it for the big matches, and you definitely saved it for here. You know, Trent Seven trying to sacrifice himself to save Tyler Bate, or try to, you know, just little things. Just, oh man, I love this match. I just can't put into words how much I love this match. It was very, very fun. DIY end up isolating Tyler Bate, end up getting Trent Seven in the ring, hit their finish, 1, 2, 3. DIY get the victory over Moustache Mountain. Fantastic match. Couldn't ask for a better comeback for DIY. Not saying they're back, but a better comeback match, I guess you can say. But tremendous stuff. Of course, a great deal of respect afterwards. They all held each other's arms up to kind of do the final, like, you know, not the curtain call, but, you know, kind of just like, you know, you're welcome for this performance. Thank you for watching. Great stuff. Dakota Kai is at ringside. Then she's attacked by Tegan Knox. They have a little brawl, which is that little things like that go a long way in storytelling, and I love when they do little stuff like that. So yeah, that was a great segment right there. And then of course we go to the NXT Championship match. Rhea Ripley, the NXT champion, defending against Toni Storm. This was a short match, but I thought what they did was very good. I honestly enjoyed this match more than their NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool match from last year, where Toni Storm beat Rhea Ripley for the NXT UK Championship. But here I thought this match was slightly better, and you know, it was more, it had a better pacing. I thought they gelled better, and just it was overall a better match. Of course, Rhea Ripley gets the victory after Toni Storm misses a frog splash, hits her finish, and then 1, 2, 3 retains the NXT Championship. So not much to it, but the time they got, like I said, I thought it was a good, consistent wrestling match. They had some nice spots, and like I said, I thought it was better than their NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool match from last year. That's just my personal opinion, but yeah, solid match there. And then of course backstage, Finn Bálor attacks John Gargano. Tyler Bate breaks it up and kind of, you know, stares down Bálor. Please give me Finn Bálor and Tyler Bate. That's all I'm asking for. That'll be an awesome match. But yeah, just again furthering you know, storyline between Gargano and Bálor. You can have these guys be in the same show and not to attack each other, you know, after a match. You can do something backstage. Again, NXT does the little things that go a long way, in my opinion, and this exactly was one of them. So great stuff there. And of course, go to the main event, which was an 8-man tag team match. The Undisputed Era, of course, being Roderick Strong, the NXT Tag Team Champions Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, and the NXT Champion Adam Cole, taking on Imperium, the NXT UK, or the NXT United Kingdom Champion Walter, Fabian Eichner, Marcel Bartel, and of course Alexander Wolf. And right from the get-go, Alexander Wolf gets concussed and gets taken out. Bobby Fish clips him right in the face, and Alexander Wolf is out pretty much like 2 minutes in. So this match is pretty much a handicap match throughout the majority of it. And I gotta say, you know, for them, you know, on the spot, figuring out how to do this match -1 person now, very early on, and they went like 30 minutes too, so it was a long match. I thought they did a fantastic job. Really good match. Obviously, Undisputed Era was, you know, more dominant team, you know, the frequent tag. Especially Roderick Strong has the best hot tag in wrestling. I can watch him have a hot tag for hours. He's awesome to watch. He did a great interaction with Walter. Walter got tagged in. He absolutely cleaned house, killed everybody, which led to the outside. They ended up taking Walter out, where he ended up getting angle slammed by Roddy Strong through a table. So he was out. Undisputed Era is pretty much fighting down Barthel and Eichner pretty much the entire time. Walter had his comeback, got back in the apron, got back in the ring. All hell broke loose. Everyone's hit and finish. You know, Cole ended up hitting, I think it was Bartel, with an awesome super kick when he springboarded. Maybe it was Eichner. One of the two. I mean, he ended up doing a super kick to both of them simultaneously. Not simultaneously, but back to back. But I forgot who did the springboard into it. Came off great still. They, you know, end up tearing down Walter. Cole with the last shot on Walter. Walter kicked out of it. Everyone's just going crazy. Everyone's being taken out. And then kind of a flat finish, though. You know, the final few minutes of this match were really good. And then all of a sudden, Walter just, you know, crushes Bobby Fish, hits him with the powerbomb, 1, 2, 3. And Imperium get the win. Yes, Imperium defeats the Undisputed Era. Was not expecting that at all. I thought for sure this was an easy victory for Undisputed Era, just because I felt like, obviously, Imperium, besides Walter, you can pretty much pin any of the 3 other guys without any issues. But no. Walter pins Bobby Fish, get the victory here for Imperium. Was not expecting it, but I thought it was a great main event. You know, I think it could have been a little bit better, but like I said, for them to kind of act on the spot, especially after losing someone that's supposed to have a role in the match, you kind of got to act in the moment and act on the spot and or on the fly and do what you can. And I feel like what they were able to do with the handicap situation, you know, isolating one person out of the match now, that they did a great job. And I thought it was definitely a great main event. Not as good as the DIY Moustache Mountain tag match, obviously, but I still thought it was a very good main event, which led the door open for a rematch. I would love to see a rematch between both tag teams, honestly, or both stables. I think it'd be, you know, with Alexander Wolf able to actually be in the match, I think they could do a rematch and it would work. So hopefully down the line, maybe they do, maybe they don't, I don't know, but thought it was a great main event to cap off a great show. Like I said, overall, I thought Worlds Collide 2020, of course, the theme NXT vs NXT UK, was a great show. It was very consistent, wasn't anything bad on the show, and you know, left me honestly wanting more. I do want to see more matchups from NXT versus NXT UK. Definitely at the door of me wanting more, and hopefully down the line they do more. But yeah, overall, like I said, great show. Definitely a great way to kick off the Royal Rumble weekend. Royal Rumble is tonight. Very, very excited for that. Of course, it kicks off the road to WrestleMania. And of course, I'll have a review for you guys after that. But of course, if you guys enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a like below. And of course, until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching the video.